Hello everyone and welcome to today's class. This is all about getting back into your body, discovering how you feel, discovering how things may have changed and starting to give yourself that opportunity to feel a little bit better. So please, as always, go at your own pace, take your time, pause and stop this whenever you want. You've got the introductory course that's included. So if you're ever a little bit lost at any point, just press pause and have a look back at some of the exercises as a refresher. The only equipment we're going to use today, apart from our mat and our head blocks, is the Pilates ball, or if you don't have that, you can use a pillow. As always, your Pilates ball has a little stopper in it, so you can kind of take it out and just adjust the tension to your knees. I'd also invite you, if you want to put some really nice relaxing music on, then there's some great playlists out there and you can listen to it as you go through your practice. So to start off, we're going to come into standing. That can be on your mat or on your floor. We're going to take a nice deep breath in and we're going to breathe out. And just congratulate yourself for making this bit of time for yourself. Doesn't matter what you do today, you've started. Breathing in and breathing out. And do one more and just see if you can shut your mind down a little bit. So breathe in and then really sigh out. And from here, just every time you feel that your mind starts to wander during this class, if you can, come back to breathing. Just come back to breathing, come back to the exercise, see if you can give yourself around 30 minutes of self-care. So from here, just start rocking forwards and backwards, noticing how it feels in your body. And then let's go side to side, noticing if you feel it's easier to go one way than another. Maybe there's a side that you're already starting to carry on. Maybe we need to give the other side a little bit of love as well. So side to side, forwards and back. And then from here, I want you to see if you can find where the center is. So you may be surprised that some of you find this quite difficult. You're not sure where your center of balance is. It will get better with time. So just feel as if you're trying to make two perfect footprints. Trying to keep your weight evenly on both feet. Maybe spreading the toes. And just noticing how that feels. Post-natally, we always tend to stand quite locked to one side or another. So giving your body that moment to really explore what it's like to feel equal again is really good. We're going to think about our knees. So I'm going to do this side on. And we're just going to bend and straighten those knees. Maybe there are a few clicks and cracks. It's nothing to worry about. And I'd like you to find the point where your knees are straight but not locked. Again, really commonly, a lot of women find that they lock their knees, especially after pregnancy. So finding that point where we've got lovely length through our legs, but we're trying not to snap all the way back into those joints. So from here, we're going to imagine our pelvis as a bucket. Now, during pregnancy, that bucket was tipped forwards quite a lot, creating this big increased hollow where some of you may have had a little bit of backache. So we're going to start teaching it to be able to move again. So if I've got a hand on the front and back, we're going to go into some pelvic tilts, coming back to our body. Just tucking under, feeling that tailbone shoot between your legs. Tipping forwards. If it was a bucket swinging above a well, it would just be tipping forwards and back. moving as comfortable. Just rock forwards and back. And see if we can find that halfway point. From here, we're going to really focus on this upper body. So our feet are even, our knees are straight but a bit soft. We've got that neutral pelvis. And we're going to imagine our upper body is a circle. So from our ribs up, and our lower body from our pelvis down is another circle. I sometimes imagine chocolate domes being stuck on top of each other. It's kind of a nice image for me. And when I look down, I want to see that my two chocolate domes are stacked. So it may feel like your breastbone is on top of your belly button, just stacking up. From there, think about your collarbones softening, being gently opened, your shoulders being relaxed down, your head softly floating up tall. Maybe even imagining you've got weights on the base of your shoulder blades. Now this is a lovely open posture. Again, you may be spending a lot of your time bent over. So really doing something as simple as this, coming back into your body from your feet, to your knees, to your pelvis, to your collarbones, all the way up to your head, is an amazing exercise to start off with. From here, I want to see if you can take a breath in. Maybe just support yourself around your stomach. And notice as you breathe in and out, if you're able to send that breath into the ribs, into the stomach. Now again, this is a very simple exercise to help release any tension through our neck. So just allowing our breath to come further down into our body, opening up the ribs, opening up the belly, starts to help stretch from the inside out, releasing tension in the upper body. It's also a really good way to breathe for our pelvic floor health, for our core strength, and helps us actually stay a bit more relaxed. Now I'm going to cue our internal core muscles, and for most of you I would like you to activate the pelvic floor. If you know your pelvic floor is very weak, then please just activate it as you can. And I completely appreciate that for many of you, activating your pelvic floor and standing is just going to be too much. And I'd rather you keep it relaxed than embracing and squeezing the rest of your body. So just do what you need to be able to do. So if you can, take that breath in. As you breathe out, gently lift through the pelvic floor, seeing if you can hold it, if you're going to be able to do it for only 20% of that full contraction. Let's stretch our neck, turn our head to the side. We're going to look down and around. How does it feel to move the neck? Breathing in, breathing out, just gently moving through your body. Breathing in and out as we do this. Breathing in and out. Enjoy that stretch of the neck. Once more to this side and come back to center. Coming into a waist stretch. Breathing in, again, gently engage that pelvic floor. Breathe out, side bend. Breathing in and out as you hold this stretch. Noticing how it feels. Breathing in, breathing out. Once again, just taking a few breaths in and out. And from here, coming back to center, we're going to do it once more with an invitation to bring your arm up. If it's comfortable to do so, just increasing that stretch a little bit. And then we're going to go again. I'm going to go to the other side. Starting to move this upper body. Stretches that you can do at any time if you're feeling a bit stiff through the waist. And then coming back up. I'm going to turn side on. This is a great stretch again for the upper body. We're going to clasp our hands, we're going to breathe in, and as we breathe out, we're going to push away, feeling a stretch across your shoulder blades. And again, breathe in, breathe out. We're going to stretch all the way up. Breathing in and out. And then the challenge, we're going to allow our hands to come behind our back. We can clasp our hands gently. You'll all have different flexibility. Some of you will be more than me. Just allow those arms to just draw back. Opening up the chest. If that feels too challenging, just have your hands free so they're not clasped, so they look a little bit freer. Stretch, stretch, stretch that chest. Wiggle the fingers, stretch the arms, and down. We're going to do that once more. So we're going to breathe in, we're going to breathe out, we're going to push away. Just breathing in and out. Next breath in, we're going to reach up. Stretch, 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 and then breathe out, circle down and round, and just stretch back behind you. See how that feels across the chest. And then stop. Just roll the shoulders after that. Just loosening them off. From there, we're going to think about warming up our legs, just doing some movement into the legs, and this is called the foot series. I would encourage any of you who notice that their balance is a little bit unsteady to hold on as you do this. Don't worry about breathing for this, just follow the flow. We're going to come up onto our tiptoes. You're going to bend the knees while you stay on your tiptoes, and then keeping the knees bent, just lower those heels down and then lengthen up. We're going to come up onto our tiptoes, bending the knees, lowering our heels, and lengthen. Bend the knees, lower the heels, and lengthen. Up, bend, lower. Lengthen, really a good way to work through those ankles, work through those feet, and get the knees moving. Very simply, we're going to finish off in standing with a stretch for the front of our hips. Again, this is an area that can get quite tight for women. So you're going to have one foot in front of the other, and at the moment my back heel is down. Doesn't matter if your feet are just slightly pointing in and out, we'll just go with this. Have a look at my back foot, my heel's going to come off, and then look at my front knee is just going to bend. And as it bends, I'm going to open up this front hip. Now if this feels like you're not getting a stretch, come back into standing, take the stride a little bit longer, come up onto your toe, and just sink slightly forwards and down into the stretch. If you need, you can hold on. Some of you will find that it really challenges your balance. Just opening up the front of the hip. And if you want, put your arms across your chest. Just gently turn towards the bent knee. We're going to do 5 breaths here. Stretches should be really soft, really gentle. Nothing should be sore as you hold a stretch. And then from here, we're going to come back and we're going to change legs. So again, always being aware that one side may be different. So go gently as we change sides. Just gently lift up the back heel, sink into that knee. Just get in that position, holding on if you want. Arms across the chest for the more progressive level. Twisting away.
Breathing 5 breaths in and out as we lengthen through our body. Keep going, feeling that gentle stretch. One more breath and come back and give the legs a little bit of a shake. So as I said, this is about coming back into our body. So we're going to end up on the mat now. Make sure you've got your ball with you. Make sure you've got your head blocks. Okay, so from here, we're going to start off lying on our backs. Just move whichever blocks you don't need out of the way. So making sure your head and neck are comfortable. And from here, just turn your head side to side. Just loosening off that neck. Looking up and down. Finding that point where the neck feels long, as if you've got a peach under your chin. Collarbones are open. Shoulder blades are heavy on the mat. Ribs are heavy. Our feet and knees are hip width apart, and let's come back to these pelvic tilts in lying. So make a little diamond with your hands, pop it on your pelvis, and we're going to just do some really nice pelvic tilts. Forwards and back, seeing if you can be aware of keeping your knees still. So they're trying not to wobble in and out as you come into these pelvic tilts. Noticing as you rock forward, you create that hollow gap between your back and the mat. Noticing as you rock backwards, you squash the air out. Going forwards and backwards, forwards and backwards. Just enjoying that movement of the pelvis and the low back, trying to isolate that movement to the lower part of your body if you can, rather than the upper body. And then the next time we go back, notice how it feels. Maybe check with your hands and see that there's no gap. Tip all the way forwards, find that hollow, and then come find halfway, your neutral spine, your center position. So starting off here, we're going to go through some simple pelvic floor exercises, and we're going to come into hundreds. So first of all, we're going to take a gentle breath in. As we breathe out, we're going to gently engage the pelvic floor. As we breathe in, allow that pelvic floor to relax. We're going to do 4 more of those. So we're going to breathe in. As we breathe out, engage that pelvic floor, lifting up internally. As we breathe in, allow it to relax. Breathing out, lift the pelvic floor up. Breathing in, allow it to relax. Breathing out, lift the pelvic floor up. Breathing in, allow it to relax. We're going to do 1 more before coming into hundreds. So next breath out, gently lifting up. Breathing in, allowing it to let go. Now if hundreds feels too much at this stage for your pelvic floor, then please carry on with that exercise. So in your center, we're going to take a nice breath in. As we breathe out, we're going to engage our pelvic floor. We're going to pulse our arms for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep the pelvic floor engaged as we breathe in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pelvic floor engaged. In. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5, and rest. So you may have noticed that your pelvic floor let go as you were trying to breathe, as you were trying to pulse your arms. Just gently re-engage the muscle, making sure it's invisible and nothing else is bracing. It's a very gentle contraction. So off we go again. We're going to breathe in. We're going to breathe out. We're going to engage our pelvic floor and we're going to pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in, keep the core engaged. 3, 4, 5. Breathe out. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out. And we're going to relax down. Doing really well. We've got one more round. So breathing in. As we breathe out, gently engage that pelvic floor. Keep it engaged throughout if you can. Breathing out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And relax. Perfectly done. We're going to take the ball now. We're going to pop it between our knees. And from here, we're going to start to wake up our inner thigh muscles. All of these exercises today are just waking up your body, starting to get some of these muscle groups that really help support the pelvis and your back, firing and stretching our body. So ball between the knees or pillow between the knees. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to do some ball squeezes. So we're going to breathe in. As you breathe out, gently engage. Keep breathing as you can, and we're going to pulse 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. We're going to do 2 more sets. So breathing in. As we breathe out, gently engage that inner core muscle, and 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax. And last one. So breathing in. As we breathe out, gently engaging. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to keep the ball between the knees, but have a stretch if you want. And from here, we're going to start coming up into our shoulder bridge. So making sure our head and neck are soft. We're going to breathe in. As we breathe out, gently engage in those deep core muscles. We're going to roll up, bone by bone. Listen to your body. If you get any cramp at the back of the legs, just reset. Trying to roll up bone by bone. Breathing in to hold, breathing out, we're going to lower back down. Breathing in. Breathe out, gently lift that pelvic floor, gently engage, tuck that tailbone under, rolling up bone by bone. And then we're going to roll down bone by bone. And again, tucking under, breathing out, core is gently engaged. Feel that bottom gently tighten. Looking for the bottom to gently be working. Your back and your hips to be soft. Breathing in, breathing out, engaging that pelvic floor, tucking that tailbone under. Just rolling up bone by bone. Breathing in to hold, breathing out. So for any of you who are really struggling with when I say to breathe, just breathe as normal, please. As long as you're able to do the exercise and you're working on control, that's really important. So just keep going, breathing in, breathing out, squeezing the ball gently, tucking that tailbone under and just curling up. Breathing in to hold, breathing out and down. I'm going to do 2 more. So gently squeezing the ball. We're not trying to squash it all the way together. Tucking that tailbone under as we breathe out, rolling up. Imagining we're really rolling through that spine, moving the back up and down bone by bone, and we're going to do our last one. Tucking under, gently rolling up, bone by bone, and we're going to roll down bone by bone. Take the ball out and have a stretch in whichever way you want. Starting to warm everything up through our body, getting all those little muscles firing again. So come back into your center, and we're going to come into a nice arm opening. So overhead reach, breathe in, gently engaging, core breathing out, allowing your arms to float up over your head. Breathing in, just circling the arms as if you're making that letter D on the ceiling. Breathing out, core gently engaged. We're only allowing our arms to go as far back as we can before we notice our ribs lift or we start to arch our back. So we're perfectly still in our center. Breathing out, our arms float back. Breathing in as if we're doing these little circles on the ceiling. Long through the head and neck. Seeing how soft we can be with our toes relaxed. Our knees in line with our hips still. Our pelvis staying centered. Ribs are heavy. Our neck is long. So we're going to breathe out. And breathing in. Feel what it's like to move your arms. Do 2 more. And we're going to do 1 more. Really nice. Now from here, we're going to go into a great leg lengthening. So challenge our ability to control this pelvis, making sure we're nice and centered. I'll always use my hands to check even as an instructor. We're going to breathe in, and as we breathe out, we're going to slide our heel away on the mat, lengthening as far as we feel we've got control. Breathing in, sliding back. We're going to do the same side again. We're going to breathe out. We're going to slide that foot away. We're going to breathe in, and we're going to slide back. As we change sides, that's still part of your exercise. So I want you to visualize a tray of drinks on your hips. See how still we can be without rocking that pelvis. Lengthen that leg away. Breathing out. Breathing in. Single leg slide, level 1. Breathing out. Core is gently engaged. Breathing in. We're going to go back to the other leg, thinking about that control as you change legs. Breathing out. You may notice that you feel really rocky. And that's okay. Just control the movement as you can. We're going to do 1 more with this side. Maybe you notice when you last practiced you could lengthen your leg all the way. But look at me, I can't. If I do, I'm going to lose my center. So we just tune into our body as we are now. Let's change sides. Being aware of control as we change. Breathing out. Breathing in. See if you can engage that pelvic floor. Notice what's happening to your knees. Are they able to go in a straight line? Do you find that your knees are trying to snake their way? Breathing out. Lengthen the other leg again. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. 1 more on the other side. Breathing out. Keeping your center. Have a little check with your fingers. Check if you know that you suddenly become really arched in your back. Just take a moment to correct. Breathing out. Breathing in. That one is harder than it looks. To get it really, really smooth. So from here, we're going to come onto our sides. We're going to gently come up onto our hands and knees. So just making sure you're comfortable. So your wrists may be a little bit achy. So what I'd like you to do is really concentrate on using your whole hand on the mat. Just try not to sit into the wrists too much. Feet and knees hip width apart. And from here, let's allow our body to do some really nice cat-cow stretches. So we're going to breathe in As we breathe out, gently engage that pelvic floor. We're going to tuck our tailbone under. We're going to roll up bone by bone, coming up into that arched cat with our chin being heavy on our head. Breathe in, and as we breathe out, gently allow that tailbone to start coming up towards the ceiling. Little squeeze between our shoulder blades and our head looks up tall. Breathing in, check that core is lifted as we breathe out. Tuck that tailbone under. Rolling up bone by bone, chin comes down onto your chest. Breathing in, and as we breathe out, flowing up into the cow. So just really stretching through that spine. Weight through the whole of the wrist. Let's do one more round. And then we're going to finish off coming back into the cow. From here, we're going to do a couple of the thread the needles. I'm going to move my ball out of the way. Stretching out our upper body. Breathing in, engage that center as we breathe out. We're going to thread through. So I'm going to stay quite high in my thread the needle at the moment. Breathing in, I'm going to come back, and breathing out, I'm going to pivot and see if I can stretch up to the ceiling. And then I'm going to do that again as I breathe in. If you want to go lower, just bring the arm forwards and just sit back a little bit as you do that. Breathing in, come back. You're going to have to slide that hand back up. Stretching through the shoulder. Let's do one more. Breathing in, breathing out. Taking the stretch as low as you feel comfortable. Breathing in, breathing out. Really moving through these shoulders and the spine. 3 on the other side. Breathing in. Core is gently engaged if you can. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Just noticing if you feel different side to side. We are all going to have a difference. Just acknowledge it, notice it, and be kind to your body. We're going to do one more. We're going to gently open up. And then we're going to come back. Finishing off, we're going to sit into some child pose stretching. So a couple of different levels. If it's too uncomfortable to sit onto your heels, come forwards a little bit more into your forearms. Only if you feel comfortable, start to sit back onto your heels, softening at the elbows. Just taking some breaths in and out. Breathing in and out. Allowing your head to feel heavy, your hands to relax. Breathing in and out. Sending that breath down into the ribs. Closing your eyes for a second. Being really proud of yourself that you've come and found the time to start feeling back into your body. Started to move through your spine. Started to wake up some of those core muscles. Breathing in and out. So from here, just going to come into sitting, and you can sit however you want. You can sit cross-legged, you could sit long, you could sit with your knees bent. It does not matter. Whatever is comfortable for you. And if sitting is not comfortable, please come up into standing or kneeling. Take a breath in to finish off our practice. Breathing out. Breathing in. And out. And one more. And out. And then give everything, what I like to do is just a little bit of a wiggle and a little bit of a dance. So well done for today. And as always, you can repeat this class as many times as you want, whenever you want.